Yeah.
What I want to talk about, or what I wanted to link it to, was that stuff that Lily Earth was saying, how there's been co-opted technologies, MerKaBa technology, pineal technology, because we use pineal as a stargate and MerKaBa. So I really wanted to go in and make sure there's no co-opting and none of that stuff. And it wasn't that I doubted myself. I just wanted to be able to say it. I've had a look, and I really feel, confident that, like, nah. So, that's been good.
I was wondering about the pineal. Yeah.
Because when we talk about the pineal as a stargate, what we're doing is we're looking at it.
Okay.
We're looking at it as a multidimensional eye.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that multidimensional eye is giving us access to a multidimensional consciousness. Of course they'd want to hijack that shit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But my experience is, once you make sure there's nothing feeding out of it, once you take back that sovereignty, all that tech, so far what I've seen is returns to its true source, its true technology, and actually starts to work for you. But you've got to get rid of the co-op. You've got to get rid of anything that's sucking on it. Or that false light puts you there, or that's, it's gone on the right road, but we're just going to detour you and park you here for a little while. So they've only given you 50 or 60% of the download.
Mm-hmm. That sounds a bit more accurate. Yeah. It's not completely co-opted. It's just they're trying to hijack it.
Yeah, but that might as well be co-opted.
Yeah. No,
because if you don't say the main points, then, all of a sudden Ascended Master Frou is the one who's, feeding off your fucking creative fire.
Yeah.
MerKaBa or
not. Though, it did make sense how she was saying that the third eye technology is co-opted, considering the entire chakra system is completely co-opted, and it's not even a natural part. I was talking about how most of everything outside is fuckery, and then you're talking about the technology.
So when I was in my ride, I really got this clear thing of the screen.
Yeah.
And when I felt my truth, it was like I was floating in space. I was a consciousness, just vast, connected to everything, but literally I didn't have a screen. There were no boundaries. Saying is, when you start that whole thing of, how we have the thing of, can you see there, that's as big as our field, within that matrix reality, it fucking well is. You know what I mean? It was so interesting feeling the screen. When I came out of the dark room, I had a similar experience because my eyes weren't adjusted, or had become adjusted to not the screen. My only reference was within, because I'm telling you, it's fucking dark.
Within?
You see that? Oh, hell no. It's dark. There is not a photon floating. It's really quite interesting, yeah. So, I felt good. I felt good with the check-in. I felt good with the whole, because I know they only have to use the word MerKaBa and stuff like that, and there's some fucking shit out there. That's for damn sure. You know that. And I mean, I think that a lot of these people, because they haven't had the actual experience of it, they're still just talking.
All theory, yeah. And it
sounds good, and it fits together because it's a theory. All theories do. Yeah. That's the idea. But in the practical, in the feminine, in the actual wisdom experience of having it, is when you know one thing or another. And I'm gung-ho, but I'm not reckless. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I think sometimes gung-ho, very, very gung-ho, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I'm not reckless in the sense that I'll do something stupid. It's quite calculated. I'll just go for it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not being reckless, throwing off all I know. I'm really understanding how to discern and how to find the gold, find the truth.
Yes, I understand. Yeah.
And that was really interesting about activating in the opening of the DNA, activating within that this golden mean paradigm. Was that'll be a great one to explore. So I mean, I don't know if you had that in your ride, but I totally heard you.
Yeah, no, I didn't have the golden mean, but on my next ride, it's on my list.
Tick.
Absolutely.
Well, what we could do is just time travel, come back because you did it for all points in time, and then I can say to you, so how does it feel?
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
It was so Fringe. I'm rewatching Fringe. I fucking love that series, right? So I'm rewatching Fringe, and that's very Fringe.
Wow. Well, yeah, I haven't seen that show in for ages.
Oh,
That's a really crazy show.
It's so on at the moment because it's all about parallel realities and, you know, transferring of souls and beings that are, you know, living off us and terraforming and just, wow.
Interesting,
wow.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Back to, I just wanted to explore one sort of corner of what you'd said about...
We do spheres, not corners. We do spheres.
The spheres. With the MerKaBa,
yes.
You'd mentioned that where the co-op can happen is where it started from.
Where and how.
Where and how. Now, when I started the MerKaBa, as I'm sure you did in the same spot, it was in that dimension of heart from the point of unity. Now, my understanding is that it's done from unity. It can't be with. So when...
This is why it works. It doesn't matter that particular configuration, they were trying to, in my opinion, harness a whole bunch of people to ascend to that frequency.
To the star tetrahedron.
And stay there. Because that's like the star tetrahedron's full creative power. So you're just firing on creative power the whole time. And where's it going? Because a lot of the people I know with that MerKaBa are fucking broke, sick, and in bad relationships. Not?
Right. So, but the thing, okay, so I'm not having that aha moment that I normally do.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
So it comes from that space of unity. So it comes just from the self. This is how I know from that. How can it be co-opted? Like, I still don't get how.
Because some of the practices allowed in certain creatures, some of the beings that if you started that MerKaBa with the creatures still attached, they would be part of the MerKaBa. Like particular teaching that I know of and I started to see when I was working with these people on their own sovereignty and taking back their stuff and, you know, clearing all the co-opt. They were all had a being that was stuck in, like its beak. Interestingly, looked like that ibis thoth stuck in the back there into the pineal, sucking like a motherfucker.
Holy fuck knuckle.
Mm-mm. So I'm saying once that was removed and, you know, a few agreements sort of sorted and blah, blah, it's like their creativity started to become their own. They started to think for themselves. They started to get better. The money started coming in. The abundance started coming back. The fucking health started coming back. Their own ideas and ideals start coming to them again. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow. So the beings that were there when the MerKaBa was started, they became a part of the MerKaBa.
Well, it seems to be. Well, they were part of the... There are certain exercises followed. There were certain, not rituals, but I suppose you could say that. There were certain things done or paths carved so that those beings could co-opt.
Right. Is this a part of a particular mystery school that we know of?
Sure, you can say that.
Okay. Just for my own.
We've talked about this before.
No, well, maybe it's like on another level. I'm integrating it.
What do you do in these talks? Do you just sit there and look pretty? I'll send you the link to the one that we've already talked about and posted with this.
Fuck.
The AI took it out of my head. That's all.
Who the fuck knows? Maybe it just, I guess, I have heard.
Sorry. Yeah. All right, what are we talking about?
No, I'm just because oh god, so it's not necessarily from the way it started. It's more or less to do with.
There's a lot of people out there who claim to start your MerKaBa for you, for instance.
Yes.
You yourself have said words like, I felt I owed them because they'd given me the keys to the universe. Starting to get the picture? It's not that weird, is it?
Oh my god. Oh my god, everything's done conditionally. It's like, not everything, but there are so many practices that are done conditionally like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, it's starting to make sense. This whole sovereignty thing has just taken a whole new level for me.
What's it step to now, though? Like, I dig it. So where was it and what's it open up to now with having that knowledge?
Well, I've realised how, maybe I've always known this, but it's just dropped in on a deeper level. But right now, what I've realised is that it's really about owning self. No one owes you anything. And that no matter what kind of practice you do it from that absolute center point of self, not from relying on anything outside of you or people outside of you or things that are you don't feel that come
or
totally
asking something outside of you for help.
Exactly. And I think that's the biggest one, because there's so many I know that there's so many healing practices and so many meditation
I don't consider the earth outside of me. I consider myself in some kind of symbiotic relationship with the earth, like Mumu. So I don't consider her something outside of myself. Yeah. I consider calling on Archangel Michael something outside of myself. I consider calling on an ascended master something outside of myself. I consider calling on certain guides that suddenly appear to be something outside of yourself. Unless it comes from a fucking knowing, upload, download, reload, through that essence, through that core of self, question everything.
I think that's
discernment.
that for me just really dropped in.
See, the thing is, all we teach people is a way to find that. We don't give them dogma. We give them a few ideas of, the slippery slope it can take you. But we give you a tech to learn how to drive the fucking car. We're not telling you after that how to change gears, how often one should brake, what fuel to use, or what model or make. That's up to you. We're just showing you how to start that fucking engine. First gear, move.
Yeah.
And I can just feel that I check in constantly with Moo, with these feelings. And I know when I'm getting a yeah. And I know when I'm getting a, is that your mind in there? You know what I mean? And this is where the trust self comes. And this is like the cyclic development street we're running.
Yeah.
It's like bringing all that stuff to the fore so you can discern for yourself what your Shiznay is.
Oh my God. I'm having this aha moment where I have really, and I've been getting there for a while, in the sessions and everything. I know, but I've been getting there for a while. It's dropping in how everything is within.
It's fucking exciting, darling, and it's happening quickly. I'd love to do our fucking light codes in a weekend, and, soon it will be that, because it's like people will just be able to hold the fire and light because they're remembering and all the co-opting, all the fuckery in their fields, etc., is simply going to be lifted. And it's not a fucking fantasy. It's because Mumu's Kung Fu is stronger. And now she's called in the reinforcements. There are a lot of consciousness warriors here right now. And those ones that are tuning to Mu are coming out with it. They're coming out with the truth. Or they're coming out with something that's viable as to what's going on and how to get out of here. You know, there are plenty of people out there doing it. So, when you listen to the people, these are my criterias. If they pontificate, if they put themselves as some authority over you, somehow they know.
Yeah.
Right? If they suggest or they say, this is what's been happening for me, and they keep it open to discussion because no one knows. This is all discovering, you know, or remembering, whichever way you want to look at it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like that CCN network.
CCN, yeah.
Is that what it is? CCN network.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like those girls. I like what they're putting on there. I don't necessarily agree with everything they say or that they bring on, but what I like is it's their experience and they're wanting to share it and connect with others having experience and see the commonality and see what's happening, you know, and I like that. I like it's more of a communal effort rather than some pontificator spreading the news.
Oh, I totally get it. The authenticity is like ripe in those videos.
Yeah.
Really, I love that.
Yeah, and the chicks are cool, you know. So CCN, I'll put the link at the thing. They're pretty, when I say they're pretty new, the network's new, but the girls running it have been doing this sort of thing for a while. So they've got some wide-ranging contacts they draw from. And what I love is I don't fucking watch TV. I don't keep up with any kind of current affair other than what's going on with Mu and in the cosmos. But, you know, they are able to put together seemingly disparate things that just don't even fucking look like anything by themselves. But when they run it together and whoa, all those synchronicities align and you start to see the pattern. So I definitely, you know, enjoyed their round tableism and all.